Hello, so this is going to be the 6th video in the Halloween series. We're going over all the stuff about Halloween for new players to be thinking about, looking at, preparing for, all those sorts of things. So this should be the final video. Where we talked about in the first video, getting the basket. It was a very quick video. The second one was answering what is Halloween, discussing the two events within it, Trick or Treat as well as the Mayall event. The third one, we discussed planning and preparing for the event, how it can take months to build up those job points and save up the items that you're going to be using for the event and all that if you're wanting to go really hard on it and all those sorts of things. Fourth one, we did a quick recap. That's a video to watch if you're really close to the event so that you can kind of see what's going on and what's happening and all those sorts of things. The fifth video was discussing what to do during the event, setting up your tabs, doing your attacks, flying out to the different locations for Mayall and his minions, which will be listed once the event starts, linking you to loot rangers, all that. So now we're just going to discuss specific strategies. These are focused on new players. Your first year is mostly what we're going to be talking about. We will talk about a little more than that. We'll be getting into a lot of details. I'm hoping this video won't run too long, but I can see how, even though we only have 4 topics here, this could be a long one. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is the greater and lesser Arca Fortunae. We discussed in the last video how, as a new player, instead of aiming for the special enhancer items that Mayall and his minions have, each one has a unique loot item that can be extremely good. We discussed instead that as a new player you should be aiming for hitting the less popular targets and trying to get the greater and lesser Arca Fortunae, and so now we will discuss why that is. The greater and lesser Fortune Arcanae do provide anywhere from, the lesser produces anywhere between 50 to 75 treats whenever you open it, and the greater is 200 to 300. What these do is these are supply pack items, so they show up right here in your inventory, and they can be opened at any time, and they will fill treats into your basket automatically. So since the Arca Fortunae work this way, you as a new player, your basket will start with a low success rate to get treats, and you'll have to use spooky weapons, scary clothing to try to build up those treats, get the XP to rank up the basket so you have slightly better chance, save up for these multipliers. You can do all that. It'll probably take you a year just to get to the first 3 circles and kind of do the starter stuff. Or you can bypass all that and just open up a few of the Arca Fortunae. If you get lucky enough to get a greater one, 100 of these drop per minion in their loot, then this will be a very big deal. And then the lesser Fortunae will still be really solid. This can bypass like days of the very first few days of gathering treats just by having one of these. So it's very important to secure one of these and open it up right away as a new player. I will at some point discuss like mid-game and late-game strategies for all sorts of things, including the Halloween event. And this is no longer viable once you unlock Dark Power, and we will discuss that in a few minutes. But just know that these Fortunae are very, very, very useful. But in order to understand that, we have to understand what treats are. So let's talk about that. Treats are both experience for your basket, and they are also the resource to which you buy upgrades as well as exchange for items. So when you are doing your trick-or-treat event and you are attacking players, there's a small chance that at the finishing hit result, you'll earn a treat. The higher rank your basket is, the higher your base chance for a treat is, and we do have a guide on that somewhere. Let me find the wiki on baskets. I don't see it here. We'll just pull it up real quick. So we will go to Torn wiki Halloween or Trick or Treat, I believe is what the page is called. If we look here, we can see that the base treat chance starts at 35%, and it goes up by 5% per rank. Once you have your spooky or scary clothing and weapon, this will see there it says spooky. They haven't updated the wiki, so maybe they'll do that eventually. But once you have your scary equipment, it does increase a bit. Being able to open those Fortunae are just going to give you those treats, and they will give you this experience. This says treats needed and shows you how many you need. If you have one lesser Arca Fortunae and you have your basket when you open it, it's going to immediately fill it with 50 to 75, so you will automatically jump from your spooky basket down to your haunting basket. This is total treats, I believe. No, it's not. Here's total treats. So you would jump to frightful and you'd be really, really close to haunting. So we can see that that's a very big jump. It's a base 15, but since you have these treats, you can actually go into your basket and purchase these upgrades. And so this will improve things even further. There is a specific order to purchasing upgrades that I recommend, and we will talk about that in a minute. But these Arca Fortunae can just bypass a ton of this. I mean, if you have 35% chance to get a treat per hit, that's an average of 3 hits before you get one treat. So, I mean, that's 15 hits before you get that next basket. Or you can go hit a minion and get a lesser Arca Fortunae and jump all the way down here to this one. So, I mean, the logic is pretty clear that the Mayal event is better, but if the Mayal event is not going on, there's no targets available for you, then you want to be dumping that E, doing as many attacks as you can. Check the last video, number 5, for setting that up and how to do targets and all that. The greater Arca Fortunae is rarer, but it's even better with it being 200 to 300. We can see how that jumps you all the way here to shocking. The Mayal events can go pretty quick. You may be only able to join 2 of the minions before they're all defeated, since everyone's going to be flying out every direction. So you do have a chance to get 2 lesser. Maybe you'll get a greater if you're lucky. And then after the 2 minions, you do have a fair chance of joining Mayal, but it's very unlikely you'll even get one Arca Fortunae because there's going to be several thousand players that are hitting him during the Mayal event, since he will fly to different locations during the event. But either way, if you can secure 2 lesser Arca Fortunae, you can be somewhere here between haunting and shocking just by doing the event once, and then you can start burning your energy doing the trick-or-treat event and attacking players, helping your faction with their chain, all that. So that's a very good strategy for new players to use. Just join all the Mayal events, hit as many minions as you can, try for those Arca Fortunae. If you could get to Terrifying, that would be insane. It would be a good goal to reach, though. Whenever you earn these treats, it's upgrading the basket, but it doesn't consume them to rank up. This is basically just experience. So you'll still have the treats up here to purchase upgrades with. And then you'll need over 1,000 before you can be thinking about doing the event proper, doing the exchanges. So this will spend those treats, but once you get to that point, it can be very, very, very good. So those upgrades, we can see doubler, tripler, quadrupler, quintupler. They improve the amount of treats on a finishing hit. So instead of 1, you could get 2 if it triggers. Could get 3, could get 4, could get 5. It does stack with each other. Like if the doubler and quadrupler both trigger at the end of a fight, then you'd get 8 treats for that fight. So they're really good. If you can get that lesser Arca Fortunae and buy these upgrades, that is really, really beneficial. So let's go back here. We will talk about Dark Power now. Dark Power is the goal. If we look at our upgrades, we can see Dark Power right here. And what it does is when you exchange your treats, you'll also receive 5 energy for every treat you exchange, which means 200 treats would result in 1,000 energy. But there are other upgrades. There is, not that one. Is it this one? Nope. Not that one either. Where are they? Cashback. We have this right here where when you exchange your treats, you get 10% put into your basket. That does not count towards your XP, but it does mean you have some extra treats. So if you combine this with Dark Power, you already have some energy, and that's why I have 8 here, because I had about 80 treats in my basket, exchanged it so I could get some energy during a ranked war, and then it gave me 8 treats back. So that helps a whole bunch, and there should be one more freebie as well. This gives you an extra treat for every 10 you exchange, and this does stack with the energy. So with this, 180 treats, you'll get that 10%, so that'll be 198. That's 900 and whatever it ends up being, 990 energy right there. So that's really, really good. You don't really want to exceed 180 treats because of that. So that's how you'll do your exchanges. That's how you'll get all this stuff going on and make all these items that are worth this amount of money, 1.7 bill. And it's how that Dark Power is going to provide you with thousands of energy, which is pretty cool. It's really cool that the perks kind of stack with each other like that. So now that we know how perks work, I think it's important that we discuss what the best path to doing our upgrades on our basket is. So if we go to this is a faction guide that Timmy, our faction leader, has written, and it pretty much goes over everything I've been making videos for. But if we scroll down here, I did put a map out for how I believe upgrades should be done. So this might be slightly different than what you see in the guides in the forums. I think there's like a couple of minor differences. Those guides should be good, though. Quite a few people have made some really good guides for the trick-or-treat event, but this is what I recommend right here. You can see I recommend the first circle as they unlock, just cheapest to most expensive treats. So I do recommend that. And then I recommend you get Cat in Hell. This gives you a tiny, tiny chance to get 1,000 treats. It's never going to trigger, but it's really, really cheap. I believe it's only like 13 treats or something like that, which is going to be pennies for you by the time you get to this point. Then you're going to hit number 8 right here. This is Cashback, I believe. A Shadow of a Doubt is what it's called. It costs 1,000, and it provides 1,100 treats. Those 1,100 treats do get added to your experience, so they will most likely upgrade your basket. And so for the first year or two, if you are just doing the trick-or-treat of it and hitting, you're basically saving up to get this upgrade to get those free 1100 treats and get your basket upgraded and then spend these on other things. This is why opening those Arca Fortunae is so important, because it'll upgrade your basket faster. Your hits are going to provide more treats because you're buying these upgrades more quickly, and then you can reach this goal faster. Once you reach this and you can purchase this, it's time to stop opening your Arca Fortunae. You can save them for other things in the future, and that we will discuss that long time from now. We will do a guide on end-game plans for Halloween. But just know, once you get to this point, open up all your Fortunae until you reach this, and then you want to slow down. So if we go back to my map here, you'll see at this we have 9A, 9B, 9C, 9D. That's because once you get the Shadow of Doubt and those 1100 treats, it will allow you to buy all 4 of these immediately. So you can buy all 4 of these right away, and we will, let's clear up our tabs. We're getting a little tab happy here. And we're just going to look at each one of these real quick. So we get multi-pack. This provides a 2% chance for consumables that you earn from exchanging your treats to become supply packs. So the example it gives is a bottle of beer might become a 6-pack alcohol. That's extremely good because those sell for a lot more than that beer does. Deal with the Devil is those consumables might change into higher tier items, get chances for eDVDs, FHCs, BCTs, passes. Not too bad. You can also afford the cashback, which we already discussed. This is the one that gives you treats back into your basket but does not give you XP. As well as Freebie, which also gives you extra treats for the exchange, so it boosts how many treats you have, which also does play well with Dark Power. And then you can use those things to kind of build up energy. So if we look at this, we can see after 9A, 9B, 9C buying those 4, the next thing to do is buy Dark Power, and that's when you can start doing your exchanges for treats. Once you do your exchange, and I'll just go ahead and... Why can't I exchange? That's strange. Let's cancel and then exchange. I will just do this so you can see I have 8 treats in here. I have 40 energy. So if we do our exchange right now, we have gotten 8 treats. Our energy has increased by 40. If we had more than 10, every 10 will give us that bonus treat from Freebie, as well as put a treat in our basket. So you do want to go up by increments of 10. Like, you always want to do your exchanges at 10. I'm doing this only to demonstrate what you see. And we can see that I got a bunch of items. I have the Cold Sweat perk right here, which allows me to get Nerve as well. But most importantly, I have that energy. So this becomes a bit of a feedback loop where I'm doing attacks, spending energy to get these items, and then when I exchange it, I'm getting boosted treats, getting energy back so I can do more hits. So combine this with Revitalize and a bunch of other things in the late game, and you basically can just hit forever. It becomes really, really good. Now, aside from these purchases, once you have Dark Power in this, you will need to save for this. I can go back to the Torn Wiki basket, and we can look at how much that upgrade cost for Dark Power. I don't believe it's particularly expensive. We'll scroll down here. Dark Power is only 285 treats, so if you did want to use Fortunae to unlock that too, it'd be like, just one greater Fortunae and then doing hits the rest of the way there, something like that. That's probably not a bad idea, just so you can start doing your exchanges. Before last year, it was impossible to get Fortunae like this. This completely changes the game, so this is a new strategy that you new players will be able to take advantage of. Us old players had to just grind all these hits out and do all these treats with attacks. So this took us like 2.5 years. Hopefully some of y'all can do this in 1 year. That would be really cool. But that's the plan. Once you have dark power, you can just start doing the exchanges like I showed you. So that's the path. We discussed how the treats work, and we discussed gathering the Fortunae from the Mayal event. So to recap real quick, the idea is when the Mayal event is going, plan and predict which targets you can join the attacks on with your Valcata that you purchase from the basket, or just group attacking and waiting for people to throw their Stygian Darkness. We'll talk about that in a second, but after you plan and predict which minions you can hit and you hit Mayal, you go right back into chaining, hitting players, attacking and leaving, or bullying people, and getting those treats from your attacks, spending energy as fast as you can. Focus on that upgrade path, and so after that, let's talk about what happens after you get dark power. So in the demonstration I showed you, we needed increments of 10 treats to really benefit. And if we exceed 180, then we're going to be wasting energy. So if that happens, that's when you buy all these second circle things. These things open up your reward pool to give you better items within them. Like this allows me, instead of getting just Goose Juice and Damp Valley, now I can unlock Monsters. So one of those Goose Juice or Monsters would change into, Goose Juice or Damp Valleys would transform into a Monster instead within my exchanges. And here in It's Alive, we can see we get a red cow instead, which is even more energy. And so these are good to buy, but they're not urgent. So if you're getting close to 180 treats, you can consider that as like energy overflow. So just buy whichever upgrades you haven't unlocked yet to kind of get your treats back down before you do your exchange. So these can manage your overflow. You can see I'm running out of overflow options. This happens because these multipliers can all trigger together. So there will be times when you only need like one treat to get to an increment of 10, and then you get a multiplier for 8, so now you need a tripler or something like that. So that is going to happen to you. So just save these to purchase them with overflow treats as that happens. Cold Sweat I recommend doing first, because this gives you free nerve. Free nerve can build up your CE faster, let you get those crime skills up, and of course, we have talked about several times in the past how you can use nerve for income. So those are kind of key. Of course, buy the stuff to attack Mayal and his minions after you do dark powers as well. These are good for overflow options as well. So now that we've kind of talked about the entire basket and all that, let's end it there. Actually, we're gonna end it right there. I do have one last thing I'd like to talk about, and this is the fact that I have recorded this series in a day, and I've tried to cover everything. I've tried to kind of outline all you can expect within the event, but I can't get everything at once. So please, 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 in the comments below, ask your questions about Halloween. I would like to gather them and then make a 7th video for this series that is an FAQ that you players will be able to ask me questions. I can answer those questions, put them all in one video so everyone has an idea of what to expect, what to do, have everything ready for Halloween. So that's what I'd like from you. Please give me your questions so I can make an FAQ video. I think that would be really fun. I'd like to do that. I like the Torn community, and we will talk very soon about why the Torn community is important and why you personally, the person listening to this right now, is very important to this game. We will discuss that, but for right now, I just need you to ask me those questions in the comments below and put them all there so that I can compile them easily. I do need them as YouTube comments so that I can pull them because it lets me sort them and filter and all those sorts of things. So just do that. If you ask any questions in any of the videos in this series, I will be able to pull them up together. I can make an FAQ video and answer those questions, and I'd really enjoy that. So other than that, I hope this video was edifying to you. I hope you have some ideas about how you want to exercise your strategies during the Halloween event. And I hope you got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one, and hopefully we have a little bit of a break before we can make this FAQ video, so we'll probably see that in a month or two. But I'll catch you in the next one, whatever it ends up being. Thank you for sticking with me through this series and through this video as well. So you have a good one.